Garlic chive is so yummy. You can eat them in many different ways. You can ferment them. It's very popular in Thailand to eat fermented garlic chive, especially in the northeastern of Thailand. And we can make many kind of food, and it's good for the kid to make green eggs by putting in omelette. People use garlic chive as a medicine by eating them as vegetable. We eat a lot of raw garlic chive with sauce, with like a salad, and not very long it can get rid of the worm or parasite in our stomach. So many kids, when I was kid, were forced to eat a lot of garlic chive. Actually, it's quite yummy to get rid of parasite in our stomach. And to grow garlic chive is so easy. You grow one time and it lasts for more than 1 year. And we just harvest them every 15 days and they come back again. It's so productive plant and easy to grow. There are many ways to grow garlic chive, but the way I grow them here in Thailand, I just scrape the grass out of the place first, and then we can make a bed. I use hoe to dig the soil, to till the soil, make it very loose as we can. So while we're digging the bed, we try to not step on the bed because it will pack the soil. We step on the side and till the whole bed like this. When we make the bed, we try to break the lumpy dirt to make it very smooth and very fine. So the plant will grow well if it's loose and no lumpy. And in the same time, we try to shape the bed to make the edge of the bed. I use rake to level the soil and then try to make the soil as crumble as I can. To make the bed in the rainy season, we always raise the bed higher than normal and there's no edge because we don't want to have the puddle on the bed. Most of vegetables don't like puddle water. They love moisture, but they don't like too wet. But in the dry season, we always make the edge of the bed to keep the water stay in the bed so we can save more water and use less water. This kind of grass is a big problem with the garlic chive beds because the leaf quite similar to garlic chive and then they can grow together, they mix together. The problem is this kind of grass, they grow faster than garlic chive because they have the head under the ground and then the shoot go under the ground too, and then they start a new head, a new bolt under the ground. So they're spreading very fast in the bed. So it's good to take them out as much as we can when we make the bed. This grass is not friendly with chive. We can use rake to scrape the head or the bolt of the grass like this. Scrape them off, take them off. Because this head, they can survive under the soil for more than 1 year. If we cover with straw or something, they stop growing, but when the straw decompose, they come back again. So it's good to take them out. This kind of grass is edible. The head is edible, but it's too tiny to eat them. Mainly we use to make herbal medicine for urinary infection. When we level the bed very well, finish it, we just add compost in there. And then our compost of chicken dung is good. And then after that, we just cover with straw. Straw help to cover the soil. The sunlight will not hit the soil. The seed of the grass cannot grow well. So it controls the grass pretty good. And in the same time, it helps to keep the moisture in the ground to stay longer. So we don't need to water often. I cover with straw quite thick enough to not see the soil. That's the good thickness. And after that, we need to water a lot, because if we don't water enough, the soil under the bed will not wet enough. So we need a lot of water in the first time before we grow them. In tropical country, we cannot save seed from the Chinese chive or garlic chive. So we need to propagate them by divide the root underground. We need to dig the root, separate it off from the bunch. If the clump is too big, it's not good, because it's gonna make the plant grow not very well. So it's good to thin them out often. This is what we got. And then we need to cut off the leaves after that, because if we plant with leaves, they grow slower. But when we plant with no leaves, they grow faster, a lot faster than with leaves. So we cut it off, and then we can trim the roots off too. All the roots, we don't need it. But if we're lazy, it's okay to plant with the roots. But if we can cut it off, it will be a lot easier when we plant them. This is the head or the bulb of the garlic chive that ready to grow. We can keep it like this for more than 2 months. It's okay, as long as we keep in the shade, not in the sun. They will last very long time. Then we need to transplant them. So each bunch to plant, we need about 3, not more than that. And then we just open the straw, and then open the straw until you see the soil, and dig the soil a little bit, and then put the chive in there, the garlic chive in there, and then close it tight, close it very well with the straw, so the grass will not grow back. And it will be about 5 inches far apart, each of them. When finished planting, it's good to water one more time to make sure that they have enough water at the beginning, because if they have enough water, the new shoot will come up very quick after that. This is after 3 weeks. They just grow big like this. So we can harvest them now, because this is big enough to eat them already. And then we keep cutting them often and often. It will never end. It's so good. How to harvest garlic chive? It's very easy. We use sharp knife to touch the ground. So we don't want to leave the stem stick above the ground. Cut as close to the ground as you can. So after that, it will grow faster. It will be short like this after we cut them, but not very long after that, they will grow back. This is the second day. The second day, they can grow back at least 1 inch per day. So they grow back very fast. After that, not many days later, they will be ready to be harvested again. So we can harvest every 15 days. How to clean them after we cut them from the bed? Don't put them in the water yet, because it will be harder to clean it. So just clean it when it's dry first. Take the dry leaf or the old leaf, peel it off first. The outside leaf, just peel it off like this. So it will keep only the young leaf. It will be softer and easier to eat. And the best way is try to harvest them often. Don't let the leaf dry, because it takes longer time to clean them. But if we cut them every 15 days, You don't need to clean it, just wash them in the water. After we clean all the dry leaves or the dirt off, we can wash them in the water one more time after that. It can be 2 times, is good too. This is the way we do fermenting Chinese chive or garlic chive. It's very easy and simple technique. We just cut them into 3 parts, so it will not too long. Easy to eat if we cut them into 3 parts and mix together very well. Then just add clean water in there and then squeeze them. Make them loose, make them softer. Squeeze them until it's soft and then the green water come out. Squeeze until the water turns green and we just pour the green water out. We don't need this part of it. This is the last time to clean it. And after that, we just add clean water in there again. After we just add enough water to cover, that's enough. And then we use the sea salt. This salt don't need to have iodine in there. Iodine salt, the salt that add iodine is not good for fermentation because make the taste very bad. Just use normal sea salt. And after that we add some sticky rice in there. This is cooked sticky rice. Just add in there a little bit. If you don't have sticky rice like this, you can use sticky rice flours. A little bit is okay too. So sticky rice will help microorganism or probiotic to grow faster. It will help the taste better also. Then we need to taste a little bit. To taste, it need to be a little bit salty because when it turns to sour, it will balance with salty, it will be delicious. The last process is to put them in the sun. Put them in the sunlight and cover with the lid. Leave it for at least 15 hours. When it's hot, it will be perfect. If it's cold, it can be longer than that, but we can taste it. If it's sour and delicious, it will be that is good to eat. So this is how it look like when it's ready to eat. It look green and then sour, a little bit salty. So yummy. Mmm.